Hi guys, I'm Genesis,
Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna.
Hey guys, it's Desiree.
and you're listening to Outfacing Us Podcast.
Hi. So today's topic is choosing your hard.
Ooh.
Ah,
So I guess we're gonna take turns basically explaining to us what that means.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
I'll go first. Basically, choosing my hard to me means choosing me. I don't that may not make sense, so I'll explain it a little bit more, but um throughout my existence, throughout my 17 years of living, I have somehow made choosing me always the harder option, no matter the circumstances. So when someone says choose your hard, I automatically think, okay, I need to choose myself. That being whatever the situation is, just always choose what not beneficial to me. I don't want to say it like that because it sounds selfish, but it's basically what it is. Just always choosing myself, never putting anything or anyone above me, because that's I've always made that such a difficult thing for me to do. So I know that in every situation, that's what needs to happen.
Okay.
I feel that.
I also yes. So I'm just gonna piggyback off of what you said and basically so choosing your hard to me means well what it is that picking between two really hard options, but what's gonna benefit you. And so it could be like staying depressed and like sulking in your sadness or healing yourself and trying to build yourself off of that, which does sound like, oh hey, I'm going to choose that one obviously, but that's also such a hard route. That's healing yourself, that's manifesting, that's affirming, that's the whole law of assumption theory. That's so hard, but it's choosing your hard, whether you want to go through the hard route or stay in the easy route and suffer.
Well, in the hard part, that's also hard too.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you guys basically explained it, so
Okay, go ahead and reel yourself out of that one. You think you're slick.
Yeah, just
well,
piggyback off of us.
piggybacking off of you guys, yeah, basically what you guys said. Like with Genesis, I struggle with Genesis said, like basically I struggle also with choosing myself a lot. And this week actually has been one of the hardest weeks of just taking a step back and realizing how much I need to heal myself and pick me and choose me and put myself on the pedestal for once. And I feel like it's hard right now. It's been really hard, and I've been like crying a lot, and I've been like, damn. So I'm living through a choose your heart right now.
Yes. Can we
I've
just give
been
a round of applause? Like, yes, yes. I'm so
I've
happy
been
for you.
in the depression, I've been in the sadness, I've been in the crying. You're gonna cry either way. So it's either you cry through the joy, through the gratefulness of being in the other side, or you stay where you are.
So now we're going to get a little more personal and share some of our experiences choosing our hearts. So I think, Hennessy, do you want to start us off?
Sure, why not? When I think about choose my heart, it takes me back specifically to one specific situation. And I don't want to blame myself for not choosing my heart because I was very young and I honestly didn't even think twice. And who would? Like, I was 13. I didn't know any better. And I did the best of what I knew with what I knew at the time. And for that I need to be grateful for. But I was in a relationship, a serious one. I know, kind of weird of me at 13. Nobody judge me. But yeah, I was in a relationship. It was kind of serious, I would say. It lasted pretty long. And I feel like in that situation, if I would have known that, yes, although I loved that person, I wanted that person in my life, I should have recognized that all that love and all that all the love and all the meaning I was giving to this person was making me put myself second for so long. For the 3-4 years that the relationship went on, I was just always putting that person over myself. And it's just like Desiree said at the beginning of the podcast, put yourself on the pedestal for once. Like, put yourself on that pedestal that you continuously put everyone else on. And it was a really hard situation, and I feel like anybody in my position would have done the same thing, and I know people that still do the same thing. And it's just, that's where choosing my heart could have come in handy, because it's like, yes, I love this person, and being in this relationship, I love them and I want to be with them, but while I'm in this relationship, I'm not happy, just as much as I wasn't happy leaving him. But leaving him let me grow. It let me to know all the things that I know and experience all the things I've experienced. So choosing my heart in that situation should have been choosing myself. And that is something I, again, don't blame myself for. I was very young and naive to a lot of things, but if I could go back, that's what choosing my heart would have been. It would have been choosing myself and getting myself out of that situation, regardless of all the care and the love that I had for that person.
Yes. I'm so happy. That's such a good way to put it. So I guess I'll go next. So I'm not discrediting any experiences I went through, but I am 13. So obviously I have a little bit limited to what I have experienced at, because I am growing and I am still learning out the whole choose your heart theory. And it's still really hard for me to choose my heart, to choose myself. But I still do have an experience I'd like to share. A couple of years ago, not really that too long ago, but I did have a friend, and I remember, I was also very young, but I remember really being like sad, being friends with that person. And I don't know why, but I would just like feel, I was just very negative. And everything that would happen, I would just blame myself for. And there was just constant reminders to like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be friends with this person. Hey, maybe you should choose yourself. And I never did. And this friendship lasted throughout basically my whole years in, like, while I was young, like in school. And I just would never see myself like, hey, like, you know what? Maybe you should stick up for yourself for once. Or maybe, or even when I did stick up for myself, or even when I did push away, it was always pointed on me saying, hey, you know what? You're the bad guy. And you know what? That would really suck. And I remember I would come to my room and I would cry every single day, because I would feel like I had nobody to be around, because everybody was always, I was always the bad guy no matter what I did. And so it took me a while, and it took me a lot of thinking and a lot of like basically realizations to realize that, you know what, as much as it's gonna hurt me in the long run to be like, hey, let's not be friends, I still had to do that, because I still had to choose myself no matter what the outcome was. And I'm so happy I did, and I have so much love for that person to this day. And I'm not like sending hatred or negativity towards this person in any way, but I'm so happy that I finally like cut that bond and now have friends who love and care for who I am.
Oh my God. And that is just to just to just to comment on what you just said. Yes, like that is so important to recognize, is that it's never hate. Like it's never out of hate. And I would never want anyone to portray it that way in your situation or in my situation, only because just because you are doing better for yourself doesn't mean you wish that person any less than
Not
happy.
at all. No.
It's just recognizing that you don't fit into that anymore. Like that bond that you thought you had, that you thought you can just continue to, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in your life anymore. And when you can recognize that, that opens so many doors for growth. And it's uncomfortable. It's sad. You're going to be sad for a while. You're going to be sad. You're going to cry. You're going to feel like, oh my God, what have I done? But at the end of the day, when you really sit back you're going to be nothing but grateful, because you're going to see all the things that are going to come, and you're going to see all the things you're going to learn from that one situation. And that's just the best part about the situations we did just described, like the outcome of them, and
And I
seeing how
think,
we learn.
yeah, and I think we can both say very confidently that we are now, like, because we cut ourselves off or did whatever we had to do and chose our hard, that look at where we are today. Like, we're so much better off. And not saying we're better off without that person or anything, but saying that
You've grown, you're more mature, you're more accepting of yourself.
exactly.
Yes, you can be more yourself, because when you're in a situation like that, there's just so much negative going on all the time. Oh my God, I can just think of all the times that when I think about my middle school and like around freshman year, I cannot remember, like I can't remember too many times where I was happy. And that is sick. That
Me
is
either.
sad. That is sick. And it's just so dumb. Like, why should I sacrifice myself, my happiness, my well-being, so that someone could fill a position in my life?
And it's like looking out into this and, like, me hearing your story, not really understanding how you felt, because I do understand how you felt because I went through it myself. It's like, well, you know what? If that person's toxic, then why don't you just cut them out? It's not that simple, and it's not that hard, especially me in my situation where it was like, to me, it was like, I can't, like, I just have to live with it, because if not, then who am I going to talk to? And like, how many friends am I going to have? And like, everyone's going to think of me as the, hey, like,
Self-doubt.
what's wrong with you? But everything is, I swear to you that everything is going to unfold once you choose yourself. Nothing bad's going to happen. That's why it's called choosing your hard. It's going to be hard, of course.
Regardless, each decision is hard, and that's one thing that gets lost in translation, I feel like, because yes, for you, Brand, it's a perfect example. It's like, well, not even, but for both of us, it's a perfect example. But you take a look, and you look at both sides, and it's like, with one side staying in the friendship, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be sad, you're gonna be mad, you're gonna be upset, you're gonna have negative things coming towards you at all times. And leaving that friendship, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna think negative for a little while, and then what?
Then you're going to be happier. And
And not even that, not even, because in that moment, you don't know if you're gonna be happier. You don't. But I rather take a chance to maybe see if I'm happier, to maybe see what else there is out there for me, than to stay in a situation that I already know how it's going to play out. I know how this is going to play out. I'm going to be sad, negative. It's never going to end, because you've proven to me that it's never going to end. So yes, I'm going to go choose the hard, where there's more possibilities for different things. Meeting new people, growing, like whatever the possibility may be, but I'd rather 100 different possibilities than just one that's going to leave me feeling the same exact thing.
that is a perfect explanation.
But Desiree, the tassels now hand to you. All ears, babe.
If you feel
If you're
comfortable
ready, of
with,
course.
yeah.
After that, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of like, whoa, what story do I tell?
You don't even have to tell a specific story either,
Yeah.
because
No, I know, but like, just for me, like, I feel like it's been kind of a back and forth thing. Like, I can't really say that I've been put in a situation where I really had to it was really like negative friends, like to the fullest. Like, I really can't really say I've been put like through that. Like, I've been behind like nothing. I just could say that I've catered to so many people, not realizing how much I needed to be catered to. And it was a constant. It's been a constant for me. It's been a constant running after people, running behind people, doing things for people, not realizing that I need those things done for me too. That all that love I'm trying to give out and show, and I'm always willing to pour myself out and, oh, here, and look at this and do that and heal here and do this and do that. And sometimes I don't take a chance to step back and be like, Desiree, you need to heal. You need to see what you need. You need to step back. You need to find out what makes you happy. You need the catering too. And a lot of times I've never felt catered to. I've never felt like, oh, Desiree, like I did this for you type of thing. I always felt like I've been running behind people my whole life. And like I've been living for other people my whole life. Like I've always felt like that. I've never felt like I've been doing stuff for me. And then the things I do for me, it's like hard to do them because I feel like I can't do them without the people. So it's like, where's the medium? How do I let go? Because at the same time, I enjoy caring for people. I enjoy showing love. I enjoy catering and giving myself. But it's like, we don't realize how much harm it causes when none of that is being put back to you. And I had to step back and I realized that I felt like I wasn't worthy of that. I felt like I didn't deserve that. I felt like people didn't need to do that for me because they didn't want to, or I felt like I just didn't feel like I was good enough to be treated in a way. And I still struggle with that. And I know I'm getting better just because of how my life is going now, but it's like if it was choose to make someone happy and me be sad, I was gonna choose making someone happy before me, like every time. And it didn't matter who it was. It was just, if I was gonna make help their feelings feel better, I was gonna do it. And now, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't care about anyone's feelings but mine. It doesn't make me feel good, I'm not doing it. I chose my heart, baby.
Everyone should live their life. You should not live your life like depending on somebody else for happiness or for joy. Because while Desiree was doing that to other people, and I've done that to other people, they get comfortable. And then now they expect it. And then the second you pull away, the whole world ended for them.
And I just think, like, Desiree, I don't know if I'm gonna ask you because you didn't really like specify, or at least I didn't from what you said, I didn't get that you specified, but catering to them was much easier than choosing you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the choose your heart. That's the choose your heart, because even though catering them is easier than choosing you, you're still hurting. Like, catering to them, you're still hurting, and you're still hurting choosing you.
Yeah.
So regardless,
because then you have to realize, like, why does it hurt me? Why does it hurt me not doing what I want to do for the people? Like, why does it hurt so much? And if I really sit and actually think about why does it hurt for me to step back and not do for other people, is because I want it done to me. So why wouldn't I feel like another person should deserve what I want badly, what I want so badly? And I think a part of me felt that as much as I gave, I was going to get. Forgetting that I have a person to give to, which is myself, which is, I think, what a lot of us forget, that we don't take the time to, oh, I need to pamper myself. I need to take myself out on a date. I need to show myself some love. I need to take some pictures and tell myself I'm beautiful. We don't realize we need to do that, but that's so important.
And trust me, the second you do, your mental health and your mindset is just gonna blow so high. It's gonna skyrocket.
Maybe not the second, but eventually, because baby, it took me like a few more situations after that one situation to really.
Second you start believing, that everything that you say and everything that Desiree specified, that you are gorgeous and that you are all that, and you are the it girl, is the second that your mental health will skyrocket.
Yeah, and you know something, I sit here and I complain. Well, I'm not complaining, but like I complain that like, oh my god, I wish I would have done this differently. I wish I would have done that differently. Da, 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 da. But honestly, really thinking about it, I did everything the way I should have. Because sitting here now, like I can think back on each and every situation, because that situation that I explained was not the last situation where I did not choose myself. There were multiple and multiple, multiple. And to this day, there's still some times where I'm like, oh, like, and but I guarantee you that now it happens a lot less. And now not only does it happen a lot less, but when I do it instantly, I know that I'm doing it. So it's like this awareness now that it's like it's uncontrollable. And if you listen to
it's the growth. It's the growth.
and if you listen to our first podcast, that's when the mental battles come in and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is basically that I don't regret anything, because I would not be as where I am now going through it.
Agreed. Agreed.
All those times were needed. All of them were needed. And if I still have to go through them more times to become even more aware, so be it. Please give me it. Please. Because
there's nothing like growing. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's if I don't see any progress of me thinking that something, I'm like,
come on.
What's going on?
What about some more?
Right.
What else do I need to know?
This is the hard part, but it also gets so relieving, because also going through all of these things back to back is obviously so hard, but it's also relieving because now you know you're growing, and now you know
it's rewarding. It's rewarding.
And Desiree, you know a lot about that because your whole week has been rewarding.
Yes, definitely. I can definitely say that.
I can second that. Mine has been not rewarding, but choose like the whole topic of this week has been very prominent this week for me as well. So it's just remembering that nobody should be above yourself ever. And I feel like one thing a lot of people forget is that by doing other things for other people, you are not becoming a better person. Like, oh yeah, I catered to a whole bunch of people today, so that makes me a better person. No.
Doesn't.
No. By doing something you don't want to do for other people does not, like, it does not make you a better person. It does not, and it's, oh, I wish people realize this too. It's not going to make them see you any different. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this was also
for them.
Yes. That's another thing that I kind of forgot in all the situations I've been through, where it's like I felt like as I was doing more and more and more and more and more, they were like, okay, like this person really cares about me. Like my love for them was strengthening. No, no, they're gonna treat you how they want to treat you regardless.
Mm-hmm. Especially because you're not treating yourself with the love that needs to be treated. If you would treat yourself the way you wanted to be treated, you would get the treatment reciprocated from everyone. As soon as you start treating yourself like you're beautiful, everyone treats you like you're beautiful. As soon as you believe that you're this, that you're that, everyone starts treating you like you're that, you're this, you're that. Like,
and that's your thoughts painting your reality.
Literally.
Last podcast, go check it out, guys.
Get out.
But yeah, that's one thing I wish a lot of people understood. The perspective of others is not gonna, like, the perspective of others of you. I hope that made sense. The perspective of others of you is not going to improve because you continue to do nice things for them or things that you think are gonna make them think more of you. Like,
it's not gonna improve.
It's not improving your relationship. It's actually worsening it, because now you're making them so comfortable in the fact that you're catering to them, and now it feels second nature to them. So now it's like, oh, like, why aren't you doing it? Like, then it's like it's a normal friendship behavior now, and now it's not like, oh my gosh, this person, thank you so much for catering me. It's like, okay, where is it?
Why aren't you doing it anymore? What do you mean you're choosing yourself?
Right. And because you haven't chose yourself for so long, it makes them hard to believe that you're choosing yourself. And because if you treat yourself the way you need to be treated, you will show other people, this is how I need to be treated because I am this person. I am a person who deserves to be treated with with all time respect, all time worth. Like I'm that girl who needs to be left there. So if you're not coming with that, and that's something
I don't want it.
Exactly. And that's something we don't understand, because we don't take the time to, hey, this is how I want to be treated. And we treat ourselves the way we need to be treated, so that the person could see, oh, she values herself. Let me value that person.
It's like you're building this whole criteria for yourself, and you're putting yourself on a high pedestal, and now people are going to bow down to you because you're like, oh, she thinks that she is it. Actually, I have a perfect explanation for this. I call it the Regina George effect. And basically, I'm sure if you watch the Mean Girls, you know who Regina George is. And she's basically this queen, and she thinks that she's gorgeous, and she thinks that she's all that. And you know what? She knows it, actually. She's saying that she's gorgeous, that she's beautiful, that she's skinny, and all this stuff. And now the whole school loves her. Now the whole school is bowing down to her. Now the whole school is obsessed with her.
It's like that part in the movie.
It.
Yeah, it's like that part in the movie where they trying to sabotage her and cut holes into her shirt. Mm-hmm. And when she walked out, everyone else did it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone started doing it.
And the whole school wore their shirt like that.
And it's not even so much about people bowing down to you, because I never want anyone to make themselves feel less of themselves to make me feel better.
Of course.
It's not even that. It's that once, even though your point is valid, and if I start to see myself a certain way, everyone else will start to see me that exact way too, because that's what I'm embodying. That's who I am. That's who I believe I am.
And that's the point of it.
Exactly, and that's the point. But it's more of like, once I put myself at this high pedestal, you either put yourself at that high pedestal right next to me, or it's just not a mix. And that's one thing that I want to start portraying in my life, is that you either meet me there and we're either both at this pedestal, or it's just not going to work out. And if you present yourself already in that pedestal, they have no choice but
to respect it,
or to respect it, and to meet you and treat you as such, or keep it pushing.
Literally, because if they don't do it, someone else will. And that goes for friends, and that goes for relationships, and that goes for family, and that goes for everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Every single person in your life that you think that is not treating you with the respect and with the authority that you deserve, you're not helping yourself in any way.
You're not helping
yourself. And think back and look back. Take a step back and think, am I treating myself the way I want to be treated? Am I treating myself the way I want to be treated? Because if you aren't, how the heck are other people going to?
That is such a important and valid point. Exactly.
And honestly, I think we've covered everything.
I think so too. Oh my gosh, this podcast was so good. I really
Yes, it really was.
Introducing our message of the day.
Everybody possesses fear, but now we want to know what fear holds the most weight in your heart.
There's growth and discomfort.
You're tuned into Outfacing Us. This is Desiree,
Genesis,
and Brianna. Bye.
Bye, guys.